Let's do some Rfactor 2. Eventually. Let's get going on this. Let's get some driving. My God. Hopefully this works this time. No, it's the AVerMedia capture card. Basically, if you leave it on overnight, for whatever reason, I guess it's got a capacitor on it for the audio side of it, and I'm guessing it just builds up charge or something, and then causes that issue with the audio. I don't know why, but it does. Maybe there'll be a patch for it. I can't think of a solution though. But I should have restarted. Always turn it on and off again. That's how we fixed it last time. That's probably how it will be fixed this time. Right. I'll have to take back everything I said about Rfactor 2. It was my issue. Oh my God. Sorry, Studio 397. Right. Let's get the car we want. So we've got the Reiza car pack, 3 tracks, or maybe 4 tracks, and most importantly the MCR car. The MCR is like a radical, so I like it. Husigveld, ready, qualifying, it's all set up, good. It's all remembered. Right. Oh yeah, your donation, it didn't even come up, BKS. Is it on the screen here? I didn't even play on my thing at all. Let me get it on there. Oh, so this should work now. I need to find out if that's a common bug with the AVerMedia card. Maybe most people probably don't stream for like 10 hours at a time. The stream's quiet. Shouldn't be. What do you mean the stream's quiet? That should be all right. Let me play BKS's donation. I hope it's not on number 7. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, go!
You're actually boring me beyond belief, James. Can we just relax to some fucking AC?
Oh, come on, man.
Give us the people what we want already, you bald wanker.
Jesus Christ. Thanks for that. Glad that came through. Thanks for that donation. I'm really glad we played that. Right. Is it doing the crackling noise? Is it working? Are we good, guys? It should work now. We've rebooted that PC. If it... Oh, it works. Fix the cables. Sodding. Is that the cables? You played yourself. Right. We're good. Thanks for that donation. Christ almighty. Hey, Abgafarin. Oh, God almighty. Right. Game sound could be louder. Okay, let's do that. Man. Someone Google AVerMedia sound crackle if left on. Because that's the second time that's happened. Actually, I'm going to Google it now. I need to know if there's a fix for this. AVerMedia 4K sound if sound crackle left on. Audio pops. Oh, I don't know. It's if we leave it on for like 2 days though. So guys, if I ever stream, at the beginning of a stream, if it ever sounds fuzzy, remind me to reboot the fat box. But we're good now. Yeah, the cable's fixed. Fucking cable. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we're good now. So MCR time. Oh no, I need to change the steering lock. No driving just yet. Come on, guys. MCR time. Here we go. Force feedback. My God, hang on. It's only been an hour of going around in circles, banging my head. I've only got myself to blame. Okay, turn that down. We're good. Here we go. Let's try this car out then. MCR. It's like a radical, but not. Ow. Look at those reflections. I think they've updated the shaders in this a while back. How's the volume level? Is that okay? Virginia International Raceway. Complete course. No, it's not a radical, but, you know, it has that track day kind of... like an SR3 kind of vibe to it. Although it's slower. It's sort of like, you know, like the Palmer JPM cars and that sort of thing. It seems like it's a bit slower than a radical SR3. But, you know, it's got a bit of downforce to it. It also slides around a little bit. Ah, well, the audio better not be broken still. It's not a HDMI issue, because if it was, it wouldn't always be fixed by us rebooting. If this flat spots a bit easily. That's one of the things in Rfactor 2. The tyres flat spot really, really easily. I don't know if that's because of brake pressures just being... strong. Maybe like reducing the brake pressure so I can't lock up might be the solution to that. Okay, it does seem quiet. So I can feel that we've got a flat spot in the tyre. Whoa! I can feel that we've got a flat spot in the tyre. Okay, I think I might just do the north course because I don't know this layout. This doesn't seem... This... I don't know. Like, the layout seems a bit funky. Okay, I'm going to do the other layout. We'll just jump straight into a race. There we go, north course. We'll just go straight into a race here. Let's go for it. Hello, Jardia. Hello, Abgafarin. Hello, everyone that's joined us. Car seems to handle okay. It seemed very easy to flat spot it, so I might turn the brake pressure down a bit. Yeah, the Rfactor 2's got really nice force feedback, and it's very car dependent as to if the physics seem nice or not, and the force feedback. It's massively car dependent. It's just very easy to flat spot, which is frustrating. I mean, maybe it's easy in real life. I don't know, but Turn the brake pressure down if we can. Let's put on like 80, 84. Okay. Here we go. First race. Our first race with the new Reiza content. In R-Factor 2. Okay, I don't know where the race actually starts because we're too far away from the lights and too far there. They've got on the booth there. Oh dear. Okay, okay. Robert commits the line. Bit crowded. Nice thing with R-Factor 2 is you can run a lot of cars and we're still hitting 140 FPS. And the AI, if you're a predominantly single player racer, R-Factor 2 has some of the best AI, so... R-Factor 2 is pretty good for people that race offline. If you've only got like 1 or 2 friends, you can fill up a game with AI if you set up a server, and you can fill it up with AI and then race your friends along with the AI, which is quite nice. The only other game that does that is Project Cars 2. Whoa, come on. This is running really nicely. I'm always the type of person that I would sacrifice graphical fidelity for performance. Ow! I mean, to me, this sort of passes the threshold of it looking acceptable. The reflections look really nice on the vehicles. These cars look really square, like cobbled together in someone's garage. Force feedback's nice on this car as well. I mean, I can feel exactly what's going on with the fronts on the brake, the back of it. I literally just jumped into this, doing a race straight away. So, you know, it's not the fastest of cars, but so it's, I can feel it loading up with the speed as well, which is nice. The steering getting a bit stiffer. As we progress, the AI should speed up a bit as well. I've got the AI on 96%. If you 100, I think for me with most cars about 96, 97 is a good amount for the AI. 100 and they're sort of too fast for me on most tracks. And then if you go past 100, it seems like their speed is above what you could actually do physically. But then, I don't know. I find like 98 is a good R-Factor 2 AI setting in general. Scrap metal from the favela. Favela racing. Whoa! Jesus Christ, okay. Evasive action there to avoid him. They're slowing down a bit early. I've got the aggression on like 50%. I think we could probably turn that up. See on the brake there, mid-corner braking, the back came out a bit. You can feel it through the force feedback load up really nicely. And react to it. Really nice suspension feel for the curbing. Yeah, reducing that brake pressure so we're not locking up has definitely helped avoid the flat spot. 3-meter high rear wing. This car actually started its life as an aeroplane. There we go. Probably do with changing the gear in a touch. Default boys here. This would be a really good car to race with other people online. Very stable. I mean, this is a really nice car. Whoa, AI turning in on me a bit there. This is awesome. I mean, there's so much information through the force feedback here. I've not even got my DD on like max power. We're running at like 50% here. Feels great. Oh, come on. It feels really natural as well, actually. It's got like a really kind of rubbery feel to it. The force feedback. Oh! Dead. Sorry. Come on. fast corner. Try pushing this car a bit. Kill the AI. It's all good. We'll pick up pace a bit here. Woo! Murder destroyed. Dart across. Yeah, this car's really nice. I like this. I think the sounds could be a bit better, but it doesn't sound terrible. Okay, I can hear what the car's doing. I don't think this car's got the most riveting of engine notes in real life. No, the road texture's quite nice as well. I mean, I know the overall graphics, because the shaders in Rfactor 2 aren't necessarily the most advanced, but where it counts, like the actual tarmac texture and details are really quite nice. And then the track environment has a kind of... It's a little bit plain. I mean, a bit more grass would be nice, but it's functional. Oh, come on. Oh, pushing it a little bit more here. It's just a quick 6-lap race. Definitely could have put the AI on a bit harder and then started a bit further up. I feel like the tyres on this have a good bit of purchase. They feel nice and rubbery, you know. They've got a nice bit of ply to them. It doesn't feel like the grip's just on and off in a binary way. So it's one of the huge things with Rfactor 2 over iRacing. You know, this drives like a sort of, as you would expect this type of vehicle to drive. But this thing with Reiza content and Reiza cars, they're just really well executed. Then they drive in a way that's immediately intuitive and in a way that makes it feel like if I'm driving badly, it was my fault. It's like it's just obvious that it was your fault that you were driving badly. And that's what cars should be like. That's what makes driving so addictive and compelling, outside of like a simulator being a sim. But as a game, what makes a driving sim compelling for something that you do for fun is it's intuitive and it feels like it's your fault when you do badly. That's a core game mechanic to what makes a game fun. Games where you don't know why what happened and you're punished by the game for apparently no reason at all, or something that you have to just memorize, that's bad games design. It's not fun. But this and Reiza cars in general and real cars, I believe, what makes them fun and addictive is that it's obvious. It's so obvious when you've done the right or wrong thing. It's just difficult to do the right thing, but you know why you've done it wrong or what you need to improve. It's just hard to do it better. This is great. It's never my fault, Freak Elite. It's always your fault. Here we go. They're braking on this setting. The AI, I think, are braking a little bit early. This car is such a... This would be a really good trainer car. Whoa! Okay, I might have given it a bit too much throttle there. On the brake, I can feel well, maybe it is in the fronts, but it feels like the front's loading up, and then you can feel like the suspension and the road surface texture through the wheel. So you know if you're pushing the brake to its maximum amount before it loads up, or you've got a range there through the force feedback to react to. It's really nice. Also, the curbing is super punchy through the force feedback. We should expect, because the wheels have been fully smashed into the chassis of the car, especially with something that's going to be tight like this. Almost took another car out there. This corner's pretty much follow through over the crest there. This is nice. Really like this car. It could do with a couple more horsepower, I think. It's basically, this drives exactly like a Radical SR3, but lacks about 20% of the relative power to grip that Radical SR3 has, so it's not quite as punchy out of corners. Yeah, it's got VR in this. I've not tried it out recently. We'll definitely give it a go. Oh, there we go. We just finished. That was really good. I mean, absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. So look, despite this being a sort of more of a racy car as well, you do have the ability to sort of throw it around if you know, if you go over the limit massively and you're quick enough with the control, you can bring it back. Again, which is what real world tyres do. But a lot of sims seem to have this idea that cars are like just die as soon as you go past a certain amount of slip angle. I mean, it very much does depend on car setup and tyres and things, but obviously there are many real-world cars where you do just die past a very limited slip angle. But you know, on balance, in most driving simulators, they're like ludicrously hard to pull back cars and overdrive them. But look, you can overdrive this like a lunatic. It's fantastic. It drives very similar to the version that's in Automobilista, which perhaps isn't a surprise. I'd say the Rfactor 2 has a little bit tighter force feedback. Feels like maybe there's a little bit more depth in Rfactor 2 to it. Woohoo! We went past it there. That's really good. Really good. Absolutely fantastic, guys. We've got to try another car now. Let's go for another one. That's awesome. We just need, in Rfactor 2, we just need, like, the multiplayer side of it. I mean, I guess we could do hosted races. I mean, the nice thing is, on these tracks, we can have, like, 60 cars. But the other problem with Rfactor 2 is you have to buy the base game. Could someone just check on Steam how much the base game costs? Because that is, like, £20, which isn't it's not a huge amount. You do get stuff in that. Oh, hang on, my thing. Yeah, it's not a huge amount, and you do get stuff with the initial Rfactor 2. But yeah, £25, and then you buy this for £16. I think now, with the amount of DLC content they've got for Rfactor 2, it would probably be worth them selling Rfactor, almost giving Rfactor 2 away for free as a base platform, just to get the initial people on it. And they've got enough DLC there that's good that people would buy that. I think that would actually be, when they do the new UI, that would be a really good direction for them to go in, especially if they're going to do the competitions. Who knows? Who knows? Let's pick a different circuit. We've got Imola as one of the new tracks, so let's pick that. Hang on, where is it? Track. That's true, near Wolf. That'd be nice. And then what's another car in the pack? Let's have a look. Yeah, that's Dr. Hugo Bones. That was always a problem with Rfactor 2 and Rfactor 1 with the server hosting. And then it's supposed to have like auto downloading content, but it never seemed to work properly. Right, cars. Try to find a list of the cars. Okay. Formula Vee could be fun to try. The MCR. Puma GTE. Should we try the Puma GTE? Where's the Puma GTE? Oh no, it's a retina car. We're not driving that. That'd be a new car. I don't know my Puma GTEs. Let's try the Formula Vee. Could be interesting because it's not a car that's that well represented in other sims. Isn't the Formula Vee in Live for Speed, guys? I know. What's that one? It's like a student car, that one. Let's try this. Let's. I mean, I don't know how many AI we can put on. Let's max it out. This is one of the big. I mean, it's kind of a bit ludicrous. Okay, let's not put 70 cars on. But let's not put 50 cars on and see what happens. Let's put the AI strength at 96. And we are going to go to. We're going to do some AC after this because we had a filthy donation. Oh, 32 max on Imola. Do you think it'll? Oh, I'll put it to 32. Filter it. 32 is still pretty good. Well, we'll just jump straight into the race. Start at the back. Why not? Let's have it on light. That's all good. We're good to go. No, it was it Chili Dog that did the mental donation? Oh, I should change the time of day actually to Hey Kitex. Well, this is Rfactor 2's got VR support in it. Was pedal cam flashing its brightness level? I don't know. I don't know. Prepare to be destroyed. Well, if there's force feedback for it, it shouldn't be a problem. Guys, have you all checked your cables? Just a warning to you all. Right. The pedal cam is filtering the EMI. I don't know what you mean about the pedal cam. Did you just mean the lights underneath it? I think the pedal cam's alright. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Straight into the race. Formula Vee. Straight into the race here. Our second car test of the pack. Go. I know, we need to... I'm going to make the steering tighter because I can't cope with this. Into this. There, we get more lock than the MCR. We've got enough fuel. I'm going to turn the brakes down because by default... Oh, no, it's on 80% here. Remember, hang on, I think I might have just got the postman there. 1 second. No post. I think it was just a bird flying into the house. Right. Let's give this a go. Oh, is this... Oh, no, steering lock. Oh, God. How do you reset the session? Restart weekend. Settings. 900 degrees. Garage. General. Why does it do this? This is a bug in Rfactor 2. We set the rotation of the car is 900 degrees. I mean, we have to change it, and then it... No. There's a bug with this where you have to change it and then go back in and then it works. Yeah, it's not that. It's a separate issue with SimulaCube where it doesn't save it until you go into the game, come out of it, and then go back into it again. We haven't got qualifying in this session. We have to leave track. I'm gonna have to put qualifying on so I can do this. It's the COSW cables for sure. You would not have this issue with AC. Thank you. Thanks for that contribution, BKS. This evening, guys. We had such a good stream yesterday. As long as the force feedback's not clipping, Azar, it doesn't seem to matter from when I've tested it with games. If you put a game on high and your SimulaCube low, or your SimulaCube low and your game on high, it doesn't seem to make that much difference going side by side testing them, as long as you're not getting clipping and as long as the game is actually putting its information out. From my limited testing, going back to back with them. Right, let's see if this I can't remember how we did this. There was I think we changed the wheel rotation, and then we went back. Can't remember if there's another wheel rotation setting like in Race Room. No, I don't think there is. I think it's just the it's just that the weird bug you have to it's getting worse. Alright, I think we got it. Well, it still didn't line up perfect, but it's enough. It's not. Yeah, it's all right. That'll do. Stupid bug. There we go. It's good enough. Let's just go. Let's just go straight into the race. This should be good. Here we go. Off to the race. Here we go, guys. The cars are really nice, and the tracks are nice as well so far. Yeah, SimuCube's at 900. It's a weird thing to do with Rfactor 2 and it not updating with SimuCube properly. It's done this before, where you line it up and until you change the setting on SimuCube and then go back into Rfactor 2 or go on track, it doesn't work. There's some miscommunication between the SimuCube profile and Rfactor 2 because it doesn't do it with like the Thrustmaster wheels or the Fanatec wheels. And it didn't do it with MOS, I don't think. It's just the SimuCube software seems to do it. Right, here we go. Formula Vee, first test. Just jump in and we're going to do a quick race. 32 cars, starting at the back. AI's on like 90, I think. Oh, Jesus Christ! I thought the guy was waving his flag. I could see him in the booth. There we go. That's not a good place to wave a flag behind a bloody wall. Here we go, guys. See, these cars look awesome. I'd drive one of these down the road and get murdered by a bus. The perfect London commuter car, this. Look at this suspension travel. It's like a dune buggy. Looks like something from Halo. It's like, whoa, it's like, okay, it's like a warthog's little baby. Woo! Coming through. This is awesome. Whoa! It's alright, it's got suspension, it can handle the off-road. I've been punted! Get off me! Can do with a little bit more power. This is powered by a lawnmower. Come on. Whoop. It's like it drives a bit like the Skippy actually, but more rotated because I think its wheelbase is quite a bit narrower. You don't get that much force feedback from it, but you get enough to know what you need to do, especially when a car drives into you. But the car model looks super crisp. It's really nice. I think I might need to turn the AI to a harder setting. I might turn my force feedback up a bit. I will keep working our way through here. This is nice. This feels, the physics in this are on an absolute another level. Force feedback and physics incomparable to iRacing. Oh, missed break point there. And I've got the force feedback on super low here. But this is how I'd imagine a sort of Skippy to handle. It looks like it's got road car tyres on it. You know. As I say, the Skip Barber has a much it's a wider wheelbase, I believe. Maybe it isn't. Okay, we only have 4 gears. Whoa! Rfactor 2 AI, we're slow. They come through. It's one of the things that Rfactor 2 does really well. Wow! This is a nice car. You just dab the brake and it moves. Yeah, the game is it's very quiet for me as well. It's weird that. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's why is the game volume so quiet? Let's turn that up quite a bit here. And let's change the sound. I'm going to put the AI on the hardest setting. Don't need qualifying. We'll just put the AI on, like, we'll start in something reasonable. Like 15th. And we'll put the AI on, put one on 100. Let's put the aggression on 100. There we go. That'll do. That'll do. Perfect. Let's put the time to... Yeah, there we go. That'll do, won't it? And now I just need to turn the force feed back up. And there should be another wheel setting page. And go, yeah, because it's like Race Room has the 2 wheel settings, but you still have to go to the track. You still have to go to the track and come back out again for it to work once you've set it with your SimuQ profile. I'm really excited for this monitor stand I'm getting, because it should mean that I can put my stream PC screen up here, because at the moment I'm having to use the Chrome desktop viewer to see the stream box, but I should be able to put another screen up here and then this screen up here, and then I can do everything without having to use random stuff. I'm excited. It seems really good. I mean, the only downside is A, you have to check your cables. B, Rfactor 2's interface is horrendous. But if you specifically race offline, because Rfactor 2 multiplayer isn't particularly active at the moment. If you race AI and you want good cars, this is and a couple of tracks, this is really good. So what was I going to change? Force feedback. Controls, force feedback. We don't need the force feedback split. I will put on 2, but I mean, I could turn it up in my profile. I'm going to turn it up on here. Probably don't need to. Should probably turn it up in my profile, but I don't want to alt tab out at the moment. So that's all good. That's all good. Yeah, let's go for it. These seem set up out the box as well. These cars, well, this one and the previous one, you just jump in and drive them. That's how it should be, in my opinion. Let's go. Oh, I might do. You're right. Might still have the... No, I rebooted the PC, but yeah, maybe it is still on. Thanks for that. Filters. There we go. Probably be louder now. Thanks for that tip there. I mean, Rfactor 2 for some reason is quieter though, anyway. Not quite sure why, but it is. Right, let's see. How's this for volume levels and everything? Okay, I think... Yeah, there you go. That's better. It looks better. Right, here we go. Formula Vee, test 2. 100% AI. Starting from 50. Force feedback turned up a bit. Here we go. I mean, it just... The track graphics aren't amazing, like the trees and stuff and the shaders and what have you. But the actual car models, and there's aspects to it where it's just polished. Like the car models just look really crispy and nice. I flat spotted my tyres. Probably a little bit. Tyres a little bit slippy when cold there. Watch out on T1 braking. Whoa, okay. This car pivots on the brakes. It's a small car, but it'll put hairs on your chest. Could do with a little bit more power. Okay. All right, mate. It's tapped me off the track there. Whoa! Certainly feel the suspension there. Trying to lean it in a bit. Okay. You gotta get the speed off. When you lose grip from all four tyres, you're going for a bit of a ride. Only use third. Okay, I see what you're saying. It's one of those cars. He probably ignores him immediately. I need to turn the engine volume up. I do think one of the downsides with Rfactor 2 is you really do need like a direct drive, or probably a minimum. What I found, the TSPC Racer and the Fanatec CSL Elite. Otherwise, the force feedback doesn't work that well with like it works all right with the T300, but Rfactor 2's really we don't have 5 gears, just 4. Rfactor 2 doesn't like the G29, like it doesn't work with it very well. It rattles the cogs and stuff. Oh. What were you saying about not using second gear? That's probably why. Don't use second gear. One day you'll learn. This is a really good trainer car, because and this is what I think the Skippy should be like in iRacing. As I said, I mean, it shouldn't be identical because I think the wheelbase is different. It's a different car. It's not as springy either. It's not got as much suspension travel. But in the general nature of how trainer cars normally are, is that they are by design, they're progressive, so nothing happens absolutely mental, out of control. But they're also they tilt and move and slide around a lot to force a driver to be very precise, like very gentle with the steering input and very careful and methodical with the brake, so that a driver can very immediately feel that what the reaction from the steering and the brake and the accelerator does in a really obvious and transparent way. That's the point of like a trainer car versus some other generic car that's maybe tighter for actually racing. So this makes perfect sense. This is exactly what you would want from a trainer car, and this is a Formula Vee, a sort of entry-level race car, very entry-level, and it handles exactly as you would think you'd think it should. I mean, it seems spot on to me. It's really nice. AI could do with being battling a bit more with themselves, but I mean, there's nothing odd about what's happened here with the positioning. Yeah, you can't really just port stuff from Rfactor 1 to Rfactor 2. I mean, yeah, the 3D models can be ported relatively easily, but the actual car implementation, they have to sort the tyres out and everything, and it's not like a copy and paste job. It's still a bit of work. And fundamentally, the cars are really good. Brazil! The cars are really good in Automobilista anyway, so personally, I'd much rather play Rfactor 2 than Automobilista. I mean, it's got mod support and it's got better AI for the most part, and it's got more options with the graphics, so it's nice to have this sort of stuff in Rfactor 2. So this car's just really thought out and methodical in approach, and if we were racing against people, that's some really nice close action. That tightness of the force feedback in Rfactor 2 is absolutely superb. Over the curb in there. so concise. That's one thing that you like. I am a big fan of Assetto Corsa force feedback, but what it does lack over Rfactor 2 is the force feedback is not as concise or as tight as Rfactor 2. I think you do with the direct drive wheel. You do get some. There's an aspect of consistency across all the cars in Assetto Corsa, which I think balances out its force feedback. Whereas in Rfactor 2, there's a ton of cars that are absolute garbage. The early cars, but the new stuff's really good. Like some of the GT3 cars. This Reiza stuff seems amazing. And that's the thing with AC. Like, one of the reasons why I kind of gravitate towards it is because it does everything more than good enough. But yeah, I definitely understand when someone says, oh, they prefer the sort of tightness feel that you get from the force feedback in Rfactor 2. And crucially, in Rfactor 2, you get that tightness, but it's also got that the loading of it going through the corners, the sort of, you know, the lead in and gradual forces. It's not just like in iRacing. It's very sort of on-off self-aligning and very on-off suspension bumps. There's not much variation to it. Whoa, you can't. Whoa, got to be careful. This car gets a bit hairy at lower speeds and wider angles. Well, ACC has no variation in the force feedback, really. It's ridiculous. I'm grumpy about ACC. I don't understand how Kunos can go from AC, very communicative force feedback, loads of variation, loading in and out of corners, to the cars feel like wank. To be frank, wanky Frankie. But, you know, whatever. It's just my opinion. As an AC fanboy. The physics seem fine in ACC. The tyres have, like, a pretty forgiving and, you know, seem rubbery. It's the I don't understand how someone could play ACC and then play AC or Rfactor 2 or Automobilista and be like, oh yeah, I can see that there's as much detail or there's as much information to drive from, but you know, we'll play ACC again. Maybe there's been an update. Who knows? Oh, you can tilt this past the limit on the steering, which is quite nice. Good amount of subtlety to that. Yeah, but Jimmy and others aren't as anally retentive as me, Stuntman. I'm mental when it comes to force feedback. I live for force feedback. My life is force feedback. It's all I care about with driving sims. I am Mr. Force Feedback. So, you know, you can drive all this. Like ACC is perfectly playable. It's fine, you know. It's miles better than GT Sport. You know, I think it's probably better than iRacing in many ways. But it's like you're just saying, relatively speaking, compared to Assetto or compared to Rfactor 2 or compared to Automobilista, it's not even close. So, you know, and that's just on the specific aspect of the force feedback. It's in the fingertips. That doesn't mean anything. Are you just saying it gives less information? It's just like, well, yeah, it just gives less information. That's not in the fingertips. It gives less information. You're basically implying that, oh, someone's too cack-handed to be able to notice it, which is fine. Maybe that is the case, but then that doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, Automobilista, Assetto Corsa, Rfactor 2 give more information, and so someone that likes more information is going to be like, well, hang on, what's going on here? But Project Cars 2 force feedback gives quite a lot of variable information and track detail, but I think the tyre model in Project Cars 2 is a little bit, it's weirdly weirdly springy and weirdly sloppy. There's a lot of like movement and it's not tight. Project Cars 2 just isn't tight, but it does give the information for what's there. I mean, in many ways, GT Sport, its force feedback does give information for what's there, but the game runs with VSync, and it's just a little bit sloppy. It's not particularly tight as a simulator. Though I think Project Cars 2 has better force feedback and physics than GT Sport, personally. It's hard to tell with GT Sport because there's bloody VSync on it by default. Yeah, well, you don't know. Force feedbacks can be derived from many aspects of the car, so. Oh, look at that. See, I'm braking too early, and the AI's made a nice move. This is one of the things ACC, and Assetto Corsa AI, and even Race Room AI wouldn't have made that pass from my general experience. Maybe they do occasionally, but on average. The Rfactor 2 AI does really nice, does some really nice driving at times. You should really, if you like, you should really try the GT3 cars in Rfactor 2 and then play the ACC GT3 cars. And if you can play them with a direct drive wheel, you know, I don't know how someone could play either. I can see how one might prefer one version than another, but I don't see how anyone could come away from it and go, ACC gives more information, or I could there was more going through the force feedback. And you might, as I say, you might like or dislike one more than the other. That's fine. But the amount of information from the GT3 cars in Rfactor 2, it's incredible. And I'm not driving the real cars. I'm playing a game. That's all I'm going to be doing. So surely you want the most immersive, enjoyable experience. I guess enjoyable is subjective, but you know, the richest experience. It's like if you go to a restaurant for a meal, you might be someone that really likes bland food, and so you love just fish and chips with no vinegar on it. You love like just overcooked bland fish and chips. You might love that, and that's fine. I'm not taking that away from anyone that loves bland fish and chips, but it's hard to make the argument that bland fish and chips has more flavour than a meal that's even fish and chips with vinegar on it. You might not like fish and chips with vinegar on it, but do you know what I mean? You can't really argue that fish and chips with vinegar on it has more flavour or more depth to it than fish and chips without vinegar. So I'm not saying people that like bland stuff can't like bland stuff. That's fine. There's loads of times I like bland stuff. I mean, I bloody love scones with nothing on them. Perfectly happy with that. But other times, you know, cheesecake, there's a reason why cheesecake is amazing. There's so much depth to its flavour. There's so much going on. The crispy, sugary base with the soft cheese on top, with the sugar and the relative lack of sweetness to the base, and then the different flavour of the cheesecake. It's amazing, you know. So that's a reason why cheesecake's so popular compared to just a bit of bread. It's amazing until you remember you're lactose intolerant. Keep going, I'm almost finished. Stop making people hungry. Proper, soft, fresh cheesecake, guys. One of those nice slices. A nice chunky cheesecake slice with the glistening surface on it. With a bit of chocolate grated on top. Nice. And then some nice grated milk chocolate with a dark chocolate, thin dark chocolate pattern. Ah, with a nice cup of coffee to go with it. And maybe some squirty cream. Some nice fresh squirty cream all over your cheesecake. Ah, cheesecake! I haven't had cheesecake for a long time because I can't stop myself from eating it. It's too nice. I mean, this car's this. At no point driving this, the car gets very hairy at low speed. But at no point driving this have I felt like, oh, I'm out of control of the car because the simulator's doing some bloody stupid simulator thing. This drives like you'd expect this car to drive. So again, another really good car. Be fun to race with people. Get some Chinese tea. That was nice. Cheesecake tails. You can invert the control swirl rouge. There's a setting. I'll show you in a second if I can find it. Let's try another car at the same circuit. What's another car they've got here? The Metalmoro. I don't know these cars. These are like all crazy cars. The MCR I've tried so far, which is one of my favourites. It's my favourite car in Automobilista because it's the closest thing to a Radical SR3. Let's try this Metalmoro AJR. If it's a, yeah, look at this. Look at this. I'm having the pink one. Let's go for that. We'll jump straight into a race. I'm going to turn the AI a bit. Oh, we can put. Oh no, aggression's on max. AI strength. Let's put one like 105. This is boring. Sorry. Let's try 630. See if that's more. We're going to do some AC in a bit. I'm just going through the cars here. We're going to have a chilled out sesh. That'll do, ain't it? Let's give that a go. Oh, too late, Erwin. Sorry. My GF's dad was ordering some expensive teas from China, like the traditional stuff. I just like English breakfast tea. I don't really drink that much Chinese tea. They don't seem too bad, Martin. I think it does depend on the speed of the car. I've noticed the Formula cars in Rfactor 2 are mental in the past. What about Brexit? What about Brexit? I don't know. Nobody knows about Brexit. There you go, German Vettel. It seems really good, Gem Dart. If you like single player and you just want some really nice cars for Rfactor 2, it's really good. Brexit's been sabotaged. Brexit's at confusion. I think Brexit was sabotage already. It started off with sabotage. Okay, we need to change the brake strength to like 85, otherwise we're flat spotting all the way home. And my steering sensitivity, turn that up. Right, straight to the race, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Hang on. I would say the audio in this is messed up. Try that. The opponent volume. This was another thing that's always been in Rfactor 2. That's a bit better. But now I can't hear the other cars at all, but... Whoa! Okay, the force feedback's a little bit overactive in this. Oh, I'm being murdered. Get off me. Oh my god. Oh, flat spotted already. Yeah, this car's force feedback's a bit... I know, hang on. And that's weird. Yeah, this car's force feedback's just overactive, but it needs a bit of dampening. I'm just going to take it down. See, this kind of thing's annoying in Rfactor 2, that you have to, like, kind of tweak this stuff all the time to get the right values. Let's try that again. Okay, let's do it this time. Yeah, if you're driving this car with a direct drive wheel, you really need to add a touch more dampening in the profiler. Oh my god, okay, AI aggression on 100% with this car, they're going for it. Whoa! Ramshackled in the arse. But it's nice that they're actually going for it. How many driving sims we play where the AI don't even bother to try and make a move on you? Again, this car's like, it's got a forgiving amount of control to it. Oh no, I'm lifting him. The Rfactor 2 cars don't seem to be that negatively affected by curbing, which is quite nice. So like you can maybe, oh my god, you can sort of ride the curbs a bit more. My god, the AI are being it. That 100% aggression definitely is 100% aggression. I've got them on like, I think I've got them over 100% difficulty actually. Rampy boy. Imola! It's a good circuit this. I've flat spotted my tyres again. We've got them lining up for the kill behind me. I'm braking later than I want to because I can see the car behind me. Expecting him to exhaust pipe me. Video's glitchy. Shouldn't be. I'm running 140 FPS. Is the stream running smooth for everyone else? Should be. Oh, there's been an accident. Let's take advantage. Move out of the way. I'm coming through. Leaning on this AI to get through the gap there. That's awesome. Like, how often are you in an AI race where you can do something like that, guys? That right there is a perfect example of how the AI is good in this. Jesus Christ. What? Get him overtaken. Come on, dead. What a pass. Bonneted. God, this car's perfect. You need this for rush hour traffic. Perfect overtake, guys. That's revenge for trying to overtake me. Force feedback's so good on this as well. I've got it pretty high. I'm just dabbing the brake there to get it to turn a bit more into the corner. It feels superb. Yeah, but maybe put the AI. I'm going to try and defend this. Putting them past 100 might have been a bit past my skill level here. Ow! I've been murdered! They're getting back revenge for me killing their friend. What? God, I'm on the limit going into that. I can't go into that corner any faster. Oh my god. Look, oh, he's... Calm down! He's... Jesus Christ. Right. Right, guys. I'm changing the AI setting. Okay, so we're going to put the AI down a touch. I mean, I like them aggressive, but we'll put the AI strength on 100, and I think we'll be good. Let's put it on like 80. Let's put it on 90. There we go. Try that again. Ah, it's really good fun though. Try with rain. Okay, well that'll be for another time. It's nice. I mean, they were murdering me there, but it's nice to have AI actually that you can race against. You know, leave him. It's not worth it. I'll try rain next. Right, so yeah, if you put it past, from what I understand, I mean, this is the case in Race Room. I think it is the case in this and the other sims. Depends from sim to sim. If you put it past 100%, the AI effectively cheat in that they drive faster than what you could possibly drive, which can work well. Like if you're a fast driver, you might need to do that with the AI because you'll be faster than them because they're too slow on certain corners. But because I'm not that fast, if I do that, they just whip me straight away. So. It's good though. Here we go. Right, let's do this. 6 laps. So the car sounds aren't very good, but the car model's really nice. The other cars look really nice. The AI is fun to drive against. The handling is really nice. Oh Christ, let's get braking slow now. Force feedback's nice. Okay, they're still going for it a bit. Why not? You do need Rfactor 2 already. I mean, Rfactor 2's gone in sales. Maybe if you're on a tight budget, you might be able to get Rfactor 2 cheap from one of those other websites, and then just buy this. There we go. I can tell from how much they're pulling away that they're driving at the, you know, they're kind of driving at the limit at the right speed. You see going into the break points. Whoa, where's he going? Whoa! It's like racing against myself. He's got these AI about as bad as me. Christ, don't break my wrists. This really does make the direct drive wheel sing though. I flat spotted my tyres again. I need to set the brakes a little bit less. And this car needs, on the force feedback, it needs a little bit of dampening to reduce the overactive force feedback. And the brake pressures need to be reduced a touch. But I like the transmission whine. Sounds really good. It's just the engine notes a bit washed out. Oh no! Textbook pass, guys. Textbook overtake. I'm going to be invited to drive in Le Mans at no time. But I haven't changed any of the setup. The default setup with this car is pretty neutral. Like the rear's not flying out or anything, which is what a default setup should be, because the type of people that don't change setups are going to be the people that want to jump in and drive it and are going to not, you know, you need to make sure the default setups are like this. Full course yellow. Okay. Probably extracting that dead driver from the car that I flipped. Ow! I just pulled my little finger out of his joint. Too much force feedback. Oh dear. How did you break your fingers? I was playing driving games. Okay. Man, this P1 cockpit is helping though. So that makes it totally solid. Whoa, I was reading the chat room, almost drove into the wall. Catch up. I'm catching up. We've got full course yellow here. Do we have the safety car out? That's weird. I've like flat spotted my front right or something. So when I turn left and that loads up, I'm getting like a grainy force feedback feel. This text on the screen looks atrocious. Come on. Come on, Studio 397. Change the font of this. Make the UI look nice. That's a 10-minute jobby. This graphics horrible. I don't know where the safety car is. I don't know if it's a bit silly having a safety car in a 6-lap race, but should have turned that off. You can disable it. It's just an option. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Oh my God! I've channeled past a Maldonado by accident. Never open yourself up to the demon that is Maldonado. I know that. Well, what happened is they were doing a new This is technically the first new UI. This isn't the original Rfactor 2 UI. When they launched Rfactor 2, it had a different UI. Then they were like, oh, we've improved it and we've done this one. And then a year or so ago, Studio 397 took over Rfactor 2, and they've been working on. They're not just doing like a basic UI. They're doing like a whole like esports. They're doing a load of stuff to it. It's not just a case of them reskinning it. So it's understandable why it's taking time. Why do we get to go here? We don't need like 3 laps behind safety car. I should have turned that off. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, there's a safety car. So it looks like a Porsche. I know, is it a Corvette? Is that Billy Strange? Welcome to the stream, man. Okay, well, this 6-lap race has been ruined by some driver that decided to flip another car. I was reading the chat room. Right, come on safety car, go in this lap. If you kill 10 AI, you get a safety car. Press I for AI control. Ah, yeah. That's true. Do you think he'll come in this lap? Oh, why do they keep... Normally when you've got a safety car, people trundle around at a consistent speed. Not in this case. Squirrel! What sort of squirrel? Oh, what? I think some of my front's left. Right, come on. Come on, safety car. Oh, they're all going in the pit. What? What? This doesn't make doesn't make any sense. I should have not had the safety car on. Why would the AI bother to pit in the 6-lap race? 1 lap to go, okay. 1 lap of safety car to go. Yeah, I'm really glad I fixed the cable as well. Jesus Christ. No, I want to see what happens when the safety car goes in and we do 1 lap. Joker lap. There's a hot lady in the pit stop. I can't blame them. Check the AI cable. Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to get a cable graphic. Oh my God. They're just... See, the awkward thing with Rfactor 2 is, I think it'd be really fun for us to stream, like have a server, like our own servers, with this content, with the tracks that are there, and stream it. But it's nowhere near as easy to put the mod tracks in the game, so I guess we would just end up staying with the stuff that's stock to the game, or like DLCs. And everyone would have to buy Rfactor 2, and then they would have to buy the DLCs. Whereas with AC, it's like, when we're streaming, it's like, well, someone could just buy AC for like £20, and then they could just download the mod tracks as we post them in the chat room. So it's just from a streaming point of view. You know what I mean? That's the thing with AC. It's like you've got this convenience to it. I could definitely see Rfactor 2 being good for like longer races though. If we, you know, because you can have like the 35 car plus, depending on the track. Oh, here we go. Let's see what happens here. And oh, he's pulling in. There it is. Why would he pit there? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we could do like a, if we were doing like an endurance type race as part of the channel, we use Rfactor 2. That could work out quite well. I think the lighting looks really nice here. It's a little bit washed out. The tone mapping is okay. Nice pass. The tone mapping's a bit aggressive, but it's quite nice. Yeah, I know, but people will have to... Whoa! God! This car's up our arse. People always have to buy stuff, but I don't want to... I don't want to be sort of like jumping from sim to sim, forcing people to spend money for something that we may or may not pay a lot. It's not fair, because not everyone has a lot of disposable income, so... Also, back in the day, when I used to play more like gaming games, I had some friends that they would literally just play. If there was a new game that came out, they'd be like, "Oh, that's what we're playing." It'd last them a month. The novelty would wear off, and then they would go to something else. And so before you know it, you're spending hundreds of pounds on something that you're not getting that much time out of. So I'm sort of aware of that with the streaming. It'd be all right if everyone had tons of disposable income, but not everyone does. So. We do play R3 every now and again though. I do, if that's it, if we are streaming something, I do try and play it more than once. The foundation force feedback burning star, is that the one where it uses the motion information from the sim, right? That's the foundation force feedback. What's the other one called? What's the other type of force feedback with the AccuForce called? Because foundation, to me, is confusing. It makes it, yeah, foundation makes it sound like it's the foundation, i.e. the original force feedback for the game. What's the other mode called? What's the non-foundation force feedback called? Yeah, I know it's taken from the physics, but what's the actual game? Oh, the game and foundation. Okay, yeah. You see, I've used Sim Commander. I know the race is finished here, but I'm just doodling around. I've used Sim Commander with a couple of motion rigs, and it is really nice. I think it's a shame that the specific motor that AccuForce uses doesn't have as nice a feel as the Small Mage or the Fanatec DD. But the software is actually really quite nice, how it operates and how you can set it up. And also, AccuForce were the first consumer DD wheel on the market by like 6 months, so you kind of have to give them credit for that. And if you're in the States, the price of the AccuForce is really quite cheap compared to if you're in Europe. It doesn't work out so well because you have to pay import and tax and stuff on it. Oh yeah, we have really good funding project cars too. Well, this car's awesome. I mean, again, this is another good car. It drives as you would kind of expect this type of car to drive, apart from the slightly overactive force feedback, which we can just fix with dampening. VIR and Rfactor 2 is okay. It's a little bit demanding, but I've not tried it recently. They might have improved the performance of it, so need to give it a go. But this car is really nice. 10 points to Reiza. I knew Reiza would do a good job. Jud V10, okay. We'll give that a go. Then we're going to go to Assetto Corsa. Courtesy of was it Chili Dog that did the mental donation? Where is the bribery? Where's the bribery coming from? Oh, it doesn't show it on here. Oh, there it is. Chili Dog donated $54.99. So we'll do AC after this. We're going to check one more car, and then we'll go get a cup of tea. Jud V10. Is this a... Oh, okay. It's the same car body, but a different engine. Turn the safety car off. Okay. How do we do that? Session settings. Is it flags that we need to turn off? Where is it? It's flag rules, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. Right. Oh, we could change track. It has to be something I know, though. Well, what's another track they've added to this? Didn't they add... We've got Silverstone in here. Maybe we'll just do Silverstone with this car. It's not one that's been... I know we should stick to the DLC. We did VIR. We'll do VIR again. We've done that already, but we'll do it again. Why not? We'll do the full VIR. There's another. They've added another circuit in. I've forgotten what it's called. I'm going crazy here. There it is. Let's do the full course with this. How many cars can we have it? Let's just put 45 on and see what happens. Guaporé. Is that... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that track at all. Guaporé. I don't know what that is. That's how that track's announced now. It's a nice screenshot of the circuit. Well, Studio 397, the load bar should be thinner. Oh, you guys can't see it on the stream, but it looks horrendous. It's like... The load bar should be really nice and thin, and that would instantly make the loading screen look 10 times better. I know it's like a stupid thing to draw attention to, but why have this big chunk-a-dunk load bar that looks like something from the 90s? The actual background image and the design of that layout with the image background and the track map and the track data, that's fine. That looks quite nice. Get Jorg Ortner. I know he works for Sector 3. It's just the subtle design stuff. They're improving the UI anyway, so I'm just, you know, yeah. Okay, well, to be fair, we've gone past when this first came out in 2012. It was all the trend was like beveled edges on everything, and then we had like the square edge thing, like the Windows type square. And we're still in the square edge phase. We're starting to go back to the beveled edge phase again. When it comes to the graphic design language of this decade, probably just be black and white next. No, know what these idiot designers will come up with. Modern UI, right? I need to change my garage und dein chassis. We need to, well, first of all, brake pressure. 85 seems to work well. It's different from car to car, obviously. Different from track grip level as well. Wheel lock, sensitive. Right, we're just going for it, guys. So, V10 on the car, full course VIR. Here we go. Whoa, okay, it's got like turbo in it. Whoa, Jesus Christ, rear-ended there. Rejoin the track. Rejoin the pack of deathmobiles. Had a car ride. Oh my God, maybe the aggression is a little bit high. Oh, look how flat spotted the tyres already. Oh, whew. And my force feedback's clipping. I need to turn it down. Oh, a little drone there. Okay, hang on. I need my force feedback's clipping. And I've flat spotted. Let's turn the brake pressure down. I think actually I flat spotted from the spin, so brake pressure's probably fine. Put this on 18. Let's put SimuCube higher. Right. Oh, touch. Oh, no, that'll be all right. Let's go for it. Exactly, Erwin Lumar. Which is a shame because the core driving is really nice now. Here we go. V10 Jud VIR Reiza content, go! Just be careful with my thumbs. Whoa! Sorry. Oh, guys! Got rear-ended again. I have one. I'm going to stay back. AI on 100%. I mean, I killed the car in front. the aggression slider probably needs to be a touch lower. Cars in this all drive like me when I haven't had any tea. There's nice dirt texture on the windshield for like mud and stuff that's built up at the edges. That's nice. Woo! Let's hope the force feedback's not clipping this time. Okay, this is pretty speedy. You get a really good sense of speed in Rfactor 2. That's another thing Rfactor 2 does really well compared to some of the other sims. Alright. I'll have that back, thank you. Okay. I see how it is. Oh, I can do some kebab. I like the pink rev lights on the dash. Has there been a crash behind me, or is it just not displaying the cars? Oh, there it is, committed. Whoop! Hang on, coming through, we got it. Woo! Ambitious, but it paid off. Hold the throttle down. Go! I really like this car mod. There's a sort of clarity to how stuff looks in this. It's quite nice. No nonsense, really. See, like, we're in a slide there, but I'm holding it on the throttle and turning the wheel and working with the slide. And if I was on the actual, you know, if I was on the pace, you sort of take advantage of, it's not really drifting, but you're taking advantage of that kind of balancing the power with the slip angle to get the absolute maximum through the corner. And that's how you know that you're on the limit. And that's really, really satisfying. It's not just a case of driving a... Guys, a van going over the bridge. It's not just a case of driving like a brick with no movement to it around a circuit. It's like nice balancing, which keeps it engaging and stops it turning into like a rote memorization of hit the brake point, turn in, don't do anything. So sad without the tree, guys. This car, this is awesome. This is spot on. This flat spot's too easy. But I can feel the flat spot again. Apart from the flat spot, I think it's... I'm sure it's easy to flat spot cars in real life. I mean, if you're locking up a wheel with a car, the rubber's going to wear down, it's going to flat spot. But I'm not sure if it's too easy to do it in Rfactor 2 or if it's just too obvious through the force feedback when you do it. But, I mean, maybe it's totally realistic, but it's bloody annoying. We need the motion rig and that'd be alright. It's just annoying coming through the steering wheel. It's like having hand massage. Downshift sounds are really nice with this. Woo! Come on, Timo's throttle, but it's all good, boys. To do an endurance race in this car. Ah, nice off the throttle, bit of a slide. Love these corners. Oh, there's the van. He's got lost. He's going he's going the other way now. Ah, wrong turning. Turn around at the end of the racetrack. Jesus. Curb is brutal, as you would expect it to be. Look how this is sticking to the road, though. As you would expect for what is a wedge of a car with a bloody aeroplane wing on the back of it, upside down. It's proper sticking through that part of the track. And you notice in some simulators, when you drive this circuit in particular, those corners, it messes up the physics and the car's going, it's like, well, hang on. If the real life cars did that, everyone would be dead on that part of the track. So, I mean, this just seems right to me. Oh, Christ almighty. I forgot where the corner was. We get a ban on me. I thought the corner, I thought it was a left, not a right. Hello, AJR Power. Dirt Rally 2.0 has really nice physics. They've buggered up some aspects of the force feedback are buggered up, but it's, if you've got a direct drive wheel, it's not necessarily a problem because you can get information from it still. They haven't got enough content in it, and their RaceNet stuff is stupid, and the audio cuts out with the Group B cars, and the multiplayer doesn't allow you to just drive with friends. So it's like they've got the hard part of the physics right, and then they've pissed up the content, and I don't think it's sold very well. So Codemasters are going to be like, oh, nobody wants a rally game. It's like, no, people do want rally games. They just don't want games which are lacking in content. Whoa! I've just had to almost kill myself there. They don't want games that are lacking in content, and they don't want always on DRM that stops you from being able to play the game. And they also want a wheel, the consumer wheels to work, like Thrustmaster wheels on the PlayStation 4, and they don't want the game to stutter. So that's what's annoying with Dirt Rally 2, because I guarantee Codemasters, not the people that the staff, the art team, the business people are going to look at the figures and they're going to go, oh, nobody wants a rally game. It's not to do with our stupid rushing out of the game before it was finished. But, you know, not that I'm bitter. I am as well. WRC8, the WRC7, it doesn't work my direct drive wheel. The levels are really nice. The track design and stuff's really nice. It doesn't have proper. The physics are kind of a bit of a bodge in how it works. But I mean, if it's fun, it's fine. So I don't really care. But yeah, WRC8 could be really interesting. Now this car's awesome, guys. It's proper controllable. And look at the AI here racing. How this is bunched up, how it has. As I say, if you're into single player, whoa, not going to get through that. If you're into single player racing, Rfactor 2 and this Reiza pack is a really good jobby. Especially if you've got a direct drive wheel. Right, we've got to get past these guys. Let's try and line it up around the tree that's no longer there. They need to plant. They should put a plastic tree there. Sebastian Loeb Rally's not very good. When I played it. Here we go. Bit of a draft. Hit. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, game of muscle. Even with AI, guys. Oh no! Oh God! Safe rejoin. Ah, oh, broken everything. I've broken the. Ah, oh, dear. Ah, oh, guilty. Ah, oh, gee. Oh God. And that's why I'll never be allowed in a real car, guys. Safe rejoin. Safe murder. Bloody hell. Smooth driving, everyone. Oscillation. Oscillation there. Dangers of having high force feedback. Yeah, a little bit of dampening. Well, we've knackered the tyres. I mean, again, with this car, as soon as I get on the brake, I can feel the force feedback load up to know that the car, how much grip I've got, how much I can put the brake on, am I trail braking, and if I'm trail braking too much or too little. It's spot on. 100% flat. We're driving on rubber bricks now. Square wheel car. Maximum aerodynamics, 0. Whoa, stability. Whoa! Oh my God. I'm working up a sweat here. This force feedback's on pretty high. Whew. Oh, I need to. Whoa. It's not the line. You can really overdrive and wrestle the car back, which is key, really. It doesn't just go. It's like... It's super tight. But it drives like you'd expect a car to drive. Let's do some drifting. Missed that. Absolutely fantastic. Right, we need to go. We need to go over back to the holy, consistent land of racing with subs in Assetto. But that's awesome, guys. So as I say, if you are looking, if you're going to race single player at the moment, because the new UI I think is bringing multiplayer features to Rfactor 2, and that will then justify it for multiplayer racing. But if you enjoy single player racing with AI and you're willing to fiddle a little bit with the settings, and especially if you've got a direct drive wheel, or a TSPC racer, or a Fanatec CSL Elite, which you've used my Fanatec affiliate link to buy. What's this car doing? Where's he going? Well, I'll find out where he's going. But yeah, if you're in those situations, this is just really good. G29 and Rfactor 2 don't seem to get on too well. But really nice. Yeah, Rfactor 2, the content's really erratic. The older cars are garbage. But the GT3 pack, all the new cars basically, the GT3 pack, the Reiza pack, there's the like endurance pack, they're all really nice. So there's another car with wheels aren't even rotating. It's just sliding. It's a fake, guys. It's a fake. Look at it. It's a fake. Right, what I'm going to do, guys, because we're going to do racing with subs next. Everyone hit the subscribe and like button, of course. I'm just going to stop this stream here so that people that want to know about this update can just watch this as a separate thing. And then we're going to go to AC, and I'll do a separate thumbnail for it. So I'll get a cup of tea as well. So we'll be back in like 15 minutes. Hello, Ellis Jones. Welcome back, man. It's a 1-to-1 slot car. Yeah, I'll be back in 15 minutes for some AC racing. So thanks for watching this so far. Thanks for all the donations so far and all the support. Catch us in at 15 minutes past 7. Goodbye, everybody. In a bit. See you 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 in a bit. In a bit. In a bit.